What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
Naima.
And this is not
Not
another
another damn podcast.
Presented by our damn.
Our new selves.
So 261, kid.
And yeah, 261.
Yeah, so before we go any further, because we got a lot to get into today, let's get the good stuff out of the way. How's your weekend?
Very busy, but good. I I got so much needed outdoor time. I got to go out yesterday. I had lunch with a friend, shout out Janice. We had lunch yesterday, and then we took a long walk.
I remember Janice, the homie.
Yeah. So very nice to just
y'all
get
took
out.
a long while. Y'all had conversation, verbal elation, stimulation.
We did. I actually did a reel of it. So yeah.
Y'all talked about Surah 31.
It just feels good just being, some sense of normalcy, like I said, because like we've been under for 2 years. So just try to get back out, seeing your friends, just doing normal stuff. Like,
forgot, man.
You just want to be around people.
Man, fuck that. Forgot, man. So why is it that people still want us to stay inside and not do anything in the summertime? Man, fuck that. All my Xers and old millennials will get that one. It's like, probably like, who the hell is Sagat? Like, everybody else. Even a lot of people our age probably don't remember that song or him and shit.
1994 called.
Shout out Crazy Howard McGee. I remember he used to play that on his show on GCI back in the day. That's my on the Crazy Show. That's what I remember.
It's a guy reference in 2022. Things I thought I'd never say.
So guy Crazy Howard McGee on the show.
It's 2022. I love it though. I love it. You gotta laugh sometimes.
I definitely had a good day on Saturday. Got some guns and golf in. Yeah. Hit the gun range, got a little firing in, a little pow pow, pew pew action, as they say. Pow pow. Pew, 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 pew. I'm trying to get my armor. I want to get good. The only way to get guns the only way to get good at shooting guns is to shoot your guns. Just like, yeah. A lot of people just buy them and then like put them in a drawer, like so then when the bad guy comes, they think they're gonna be ready. Like, no, if you ain't fired that motherfucker, you're not ready.
Yeah, you're a terrible shot. You gotta practice. Yeah.
We're talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
It was a good day to golf because I did see some people out when I was driving out earlier yesterday. I did see some golfers out there. So
I saw some out today on the way back. I had some business to take care of this morning.
Mm-hmm.
As we record this on Sunday, so I saw some golfers. Like, good weekend for golf. And then you get a little bit more in because it's a holiday weekend.
Holiday.
Unofficial kickoff of summer. That's what I call Memorial Day. Even though technically summer begins June 20th. It's like, 20th, something like that, 20th or 21st.
20th, 21st, yeah.
Technically, like, that's the actual kickoff, but Memorial Day is when summer really starts. That's what we say.
Pretty much because the kids are winding down. The kids only got like 2 weeks left of school.
A lot of kids, the suburban ones.
Some of the kids are out even.
Private and suburban schools are already finished. I know CPS finishes coming up. I know,
Yeah, they got like 2 more weeks left at CPS, so they're pretty excited. Like, okay, like like we're winding down. So like the last couple of weeks is just going to be fun. Like they're going to be doing lighthearted things. Like they're going to do like a field trip at my daughter's school. They're going to do some other stuff. They're going to do like activities and just keep the kids just engaged. Because first year being back after a remote year last year, after they had to do a whole year remote, basically. And now it's like we get our first year of full in-person instruction, pretty much.
Fortunately, like I said, we've been doing this a long time, and we're not new at these segues, and this is the most awkward, natural segue we've had to do. We talked about guns, we talked about school kids.
School, yeah. So that aspect of it, we don't plan this, but
Yeah.
This is what we do. We've been doing this 5 years now. This is actually our anniversary. Our 5-year
anniversary. Hey.
Actually is. So
Victoria be no secret at the end of the day. Shout out.
But before, like I said, we had to like smile first because this story. Obviously,
y'all, of course, the whole world has to know.
You're not under a rock.
Uvalde, Texas, by now. Yeah, the whole world has to know about the shooting. Was it 19 students, 2 adults, something like that?
Yeah,
I think that's the death toll. I don't know how many injuries. There's got to be like dozens more of injuries, but I know the official death toll is 19 dead students, 2 dead teachers. That's the official death toll there. It happened. Was that Wednesday? What day was that? You have the date. I forget. This all runs together after a while.
I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or was it Tuesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday. It might have been Tuesday.
I think it was Tuesday because they only had 2 days left of school because they were supposed to be getting out that Thursday. I think it was Tuesday, and they were supposed to, like, the kids only had 2 days left until summer vacation. Like, they literally were like on their last week of school. Like, it's like we're about to get out for summer vacation.
When kids be excited, it's like, yeah, like last day of school. Woo-hoo. You remember that?
The kids had just done their awards.
How about you? Like, yeah, because you like school, but like me, I definitely would be counting down to the last day.
I like school. I like summer too because I got to go to camp and I got to do stuff like that. So yeah, so I got to do fun activities. But
Salvador Rolando Ramos is like, I just want to put the guy's name up there just one time. We don't make these assholes famous, even though he's dead and shit. Yeah, but yeah, Salvador Ramos is the fucking shooter's name. 18 years.
And once again, an 18-year-old child, that's somebody's baby. An 18-year-old child went to an elementary school and shot and killed 4th graders.
Yeah.
Fourth graders. 10 years old. These kids are 10. How at 18 years old do you have like at 18 years old, I was concerned about, I'm about to go to U of I, I'm about to go to college. Oh, I just went to prom. That's what I was thinking about when I was 18. I was thinking about the normal 18-year-old stuff.
Like around this time, depending on when his birthday was, he should be he should have been finishing up school around this time.
Yeah, graduation.
I don't think he was in school, like from the best of my knowledge, but this is around the time where like, yeah, you should be like getting your graduation plans together and all of that.
It was winding down. Like I said, when I was during this time, my senior year, like we had just went to prom. They had collected our books. We were preparing for graduation. I already knew I was going to be going early to school because I was going to a scholarship program for my college. Like right after I graduated, literally like right after I graduated. So I was excited. I was like, yeah, brighter days are coming. I'm out of here. I'm going in the next chapter, college. That's where my mind was when I was 18. I have friends now who have kids graduating and family graduating. I
was looking for employment at 18.
And they're like, yay, graduation.
I did the gap year thing before that was a thing. I just called it, I needed a break. Like we didn't call it, fuck a gap year. We didn't do that then. It's like, yeah.
You didn't have the buzzwords back then. We didn't have buzzwords.
I was just burned out. I said, I'm over school. I need a break. Yeah. But I knew that I'm not just going to sit around and do nothing. So I was, at that time, I was looking for like employment, like around.
And you were actively seeking employment. You were actively doing that.
Because I know that I want to work. Yeah. So I said, I want to at least have a job by the time school gets back. I said, like, if I don't get one during the summer, that's fine because we're on summer vacation anyway, technically. Yeah. So as long as I have one by the, and I think August I did that. So I did have one before school like went back. I think
that's
started.
Where your mind should be at 18. It shouldn't be on being hateful. Like what would possess you to like the fact that he went to, I'm not saying it's okay. Like, if he went into his own school. I'm not, no way am I saying that that's okay. Like, you know, like
I have the timeline. If you want to go through it, like
right, like how Columbine and stuff like that happened, like where shootings happen, where like students who were bullied and they came and they shot their own school. I'm not saying that that's okay by no means. I'm not saying that, but
you know, allegedly they said this kid was bullied too, but like who gives a shit? I was bullied. I ain't shoot nobody up there.
I was bullied too.
And I own guns and shit. And I still haven't shot anybody up. Shit. Yeah, like
I was bullied. Guess what? The kids who went to like Ruby Bridges was bullied every day. She never. The kids who like the Topeka, Kansas, Topeka 9 or whatever, those kids, it's like they were bullied because they went into integration for school and they never, like, come on. It's like we can't keep using that.
And the wizard was bullied every day.
we can't use that excuse. We just can't. But
the Chicago
you say
man, the wizard.
You say you had the timeline.
I have the timeline of like, yeah. First of all, like I'll give a personal story about what I was doing. Ironically, I was at the gun range that day because, like I said, I'm trying to get accurate, so I want to go like at least a couple times a week. Like if with time permitting, at least once a week, I want to get over there.
Right.
Yeah, I said if I get over there twice a week, yeah. And just get your little target practice in. It's like I feel I want to be as accurate as possible. Like I want to hit the bad guys. I don't want to hit any like straight people. Like if somebody comes in, I want to hit the bad guys. So yeah, I was at the range when it happened. And as I was finishing up, I was leaving out. The guy working there, he was like, "Yeah, you heard about the school shooting in Texas? It just happened today." Because like in the gun community, like we already know what's happening. Like when this type of stuff goes down, you're gonna get a lot of rhetoric, like from your political rhetoric on both sides. So we already know, okay, like yeah, all right, it's about to happen. So just get ready. It's like that's what the guy was telling me at the gun range. He was like, yeah, just get ready, yeah, because they coming, yeah. So just be ready, because like we just had a shooting. You know they're gonna politicize this, which they already have now. We're gonna talk about that as well too. It's like you don't politicize the bodies of 19 dead children.
19 children, and 2 innocent teachers.
So that's where I was when I heard of it. I was actually ironically at the gun range, and the guy that was working at the range told me that, yeah, it was just a shooting a couple of hours ago. Yeah, he's like, yeah, so just be ready because you know it's coming. You know the bullshit is coming. Just be ready. That's what the guy told me.
And I just picked up my daughter and my son from school. I was just picking my kids up from school, so like hearing that news, it's like you were
coming from the perspective of a parent. I'm coming at the perspective of a gun owner. It's like so it's like ironic that happened like during like when all of this went down. It's like
when it went down, us doing normal routine. We would just do our normal routines. Normal routine. I go and pick up my kids from school. I have to pick them up. Normal routine.
Okay. I got the timeline, courtesy of the good brother Maj Toure of Black Guns Matter, like good dude right there.
Oh, okay.
Black gun. He's an advocate for black gun ownership.
Nice.
I am as well too. Like he's definitely, but he's out there doing the work. Yeah, he's
nice.
It's like how to do it the right way. It's like
responsibly. That's the key word. Responsibly. Responsibly is the operative word. Accountability, operative words. Thank you.
11:28 a.m. is when the shooter he crashed his grandmother's truck into a ditch near the Robb Elementary School. He had just shot her in the face at her house, like right before this, because like people don't know that part. A lot of people forgot about. Yeah, he shot his grandmother. I heard that. I was like, oh, she survived. She's in critical condition, so that could be another casualty. But yeah, she's like so far. I think she's she's critical, but she's still alive to the best of my knowledge as we record this. Yeah. He exited the vehicle, began firing at people at a funeral home across the street from Robb Elementary School. This is 11:28. Watch this timeline because I'm gonna get on my soapbox in a minute too. So watch this timeline. So 11:30, a 911 call was placed by someone reporting shots. So we had a shots fired call 11:30, like 2 minutes after he crashed the truck. So like, what? Pay attention to the timing. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this probably. It's like the 911 call was made within 2 minutes. So everything so far. I won't say so far so good. We still have an active shooter. Like this could have been prevented, is what I'm saying. Basically, yeah, this could have been.
But you have somebody who called and did the right thing. If you hear like none of that, it ain't my business. If you hear bullets outside, you pick up the fucking phone and you call. If you hear bullets outside.
sometime between 11:33 and 11:40, the shooter entered the school via a back door that was propped open. For some reason, some asshole propped this back door open. Whoever that teacher or admin, whoever worked at that school, like they definitely need to be fired. Yeah, if they weren't one of the ones that got shot already, like yeah, they definitely need to be fired. Whoever left that door open and shit. We gonna talk about all of this. Yeah, I'm gonna break this timeline down. Then I'm gonna get on my soapbox because all of this could have been prevented. So 11:28 is when it started. He entered the school at 33, like either between 33 or 40, depending on like nobody has the exact time he entered.
Exact time, but approximately.
Through an open door.
It's like a 7-minute window, which is still like a pretty tight window. That's a tight window. 7 minutes is very tight. Yeah.
Yeah, and they say after the shooter entered, the police had arrived by around that time, like between this window. And like the police officer entered the school as the same door as the gunman did. So the police were in the fucking school. I tell you, yeah. Before he even shot any of the kids, like they were there and shit, yeah. And then by the time when he started shooting, guess what these fucking cops did?
They left.
Took off running and shit, yeah. Protect and serve, bitch. But yeah, obviously the Uvalde police ain't shit. Are they like? I don't know what's the size of this town. Like it sounds like Mayberry to me and shit. That's what it's like. Yeah, because these police officers wasn't shit. It looks like
as a supernatural, like even though like I'm not a gun expert, I'm not what you would call it. But
we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about people in your shoes.
Your flight, you can have flight or fight. Like you can develop supernatural straight when you're a parent and you got that adrenaline. Like you can develop superhuman anything when you have adrenaline pumping through your veins. You can.
So then by 12:15, that's when you had like the SWAT gear and the border patrol. They all came like some tactical gear. But guess what the local police, the Uvalde police said? Stand down. Yeah, we're not going there yet. There's an active shooter. They told them to stand down and shit, yeah. And during this time, like when the SWAT guys came in and they were going, let's say like I think 12:40 is saying between 12:40 and 12:50. Now I'm come back to that. That's when we're gonna come back to that. So like during this time, like when they were telling them to stand down, you had several parents that tried to run into that fucking school. That's what I'm saying. I'm going like from your perspective that like, fuck that. I'm getting my kid. Is like, and guess what happened? These police were like stopping them, handcuffing them. Yeah, handcuffing the parents trying to go into the building, detaining them and handcuffing them and shit. Like, why is a fucking shooter like with an AR-15 inside shooting like school kids? It's like, yeah. You like you stopping parents from running in. Like, no, I'm getting my kid. Fuck this. Like, y'all ain't going in, I'm going in. That's what a lot of the parents were like. We going in. So then it said between 12:40 and 12:50, like the border patrol.
An hour later. Like
an hour after, like over an hour after, it's like the border patrol agent said, like, man, fuck that. It's like they just like shoved the fucking Uvalde police out there. They said, we going in. And it was the border patrol that actually kills the shooter. The border, it wasn't even the Uvalde police, it was the border patrol that said, fuck that, we going. It's like they pushed them out, they get the fuck out of the way, we going in. It's like, hey, we done stood out here long enough. So they got them the fuck out of there, and that's who stopped them. Crazy. So like it was like an hour between when the shooter entered the school and between like the border patrol guys got in and actually like stuff. And when like the local police had gotten in like minutes after the shooter had run in. So it might have not been any shooters if they had taken the guy out.
Or they could have taken him out right then and
there. As a police officer, when you hear shots fired, like you supposed like as citizens, yeah, you're gonna dump as police. You're supposed to run towards that shit. It's like shots over there, like yeah, like you have your shit ready.
That's fine. You duck and then you crawl. You do your thing where you element of surprise. So
you don't leave the building, no, yeah. You don't leave.
If I'm looking over here, I see the shooters over there and their back is turned. I'm gonna get down the ground, climb, and then get in.
Oh, yeah, at least you try to listen to where they coming from. Okay, they coming from that hallway. Let's go down there. You're gonna like tip that way. Yeah, you don't leave
that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I don't know anything about Uvalde. I never heard of it. I'm assuming there's some like little shitty small town that would play with Barney Fife. Like I said, for my Andy, shout out to Boomers, like Andy Griffith fans. It's like probably like their police department ain't shit. That's what it sounds like to me.
So you guys just let this guy just
And me,
The
I think
students kill these kids and the teachers.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like basically you would kill the entire, like 19 kids, you kill the entire class. Because like most schools have like between 20 and 30 kids. Most schools.
20, let's say, yeah, something like that.
20 to 30 kids are in a class. So you basically kill the entire class of students and their teachers.
Sad situation. Like I said, it could have been prevented. It's like had the Uvalde police done their job. And then when the border patrol guys showed up, let them in. It's like, if y'all like some bitches.
Y'all too scared. If y'all too scared, let us in. One shot, I can take him out with one shot. Like if that's what you do, you're a patrol person. You should be dead shot from a Suicide Squad. You should be like that. Like, okay, one shot. I can give him one shot. You should be that good. Where even if this guy is wielding this, got him, and just snipe him out through the head. Snipe him out. He's done. One shot through the head. That's all you had to do with him. One shot. And you could prevent him from killing these kids who are 10 years old, never get to grow up now. These kids just went to, it was like they just had like their assembly. They got their awards and stuff. Because, they do that at the end of the year.
Their awards. It's like they have that, yeah. They had just done that same day, I want to say, yeah. They had just done that.
The teacher, they was like, she was one of like the favorite teachers there. She loved her job. She did her whole teaching career there. She loved her job. She loved her kids there.
And even sadder with that is one of the teachers, her husband died of a heart attack. I say he died of a broken heart, like right. That's what it was. I think it was a broken heart.
When I saw that, I was hoping that was like, I was like, this can't be true. And then when I read and I saw the story, I was like, oh my God. And I saw the video of him because you could see it in his face. It was like he went to the memorial because they had a cross with his wife's name on it. And you saw him walk up to the memorial. He put the flowers on. You saw him walking away. You could see him like trying to hold tears back. And they said he went home and had a heart attack and died.
Yeah.
After that, like literally right after he did that, he went home and died.
That's the literal definition of dying of a
broken heart. That's true. You can die of a broken heart. That's very true. Yeah. And they have 4 children. Yeah, 2 of their children
orphans now is like, yeah.
2 of them are adults, and then the other 2 are still school age kids.
They orphans. They don't got any parents now. Those younger kids. Yeah.
So it's like, but the positive thing I did see, because I saw on Sean King's page, is that a GoFundMe was set for the family, and they did raise over $2 million for that family, which I hope that everything goes and helps, because those children, they are going to need that, because with them having like I'm probably thinking that maybe like the 2
within days apart. Come on.
And I'm probably senselessly, because like it was a chain reaction. The mom died because of stupidity. The mom died because of stupidity. Negligence. The mom died because of negligence, and then the father died with a broken heart. So I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe the older siblings probably are going maybe have to take custody of their siblings. They probably have to take custody of their younger siblings, basically. And I'm hoping that that family does have some other like extended, somebody who can, like an auntie, an uncle, somebody who can like step in and really give them the support. Just all the families, period. Like all the families that were affected, period, by this unfortunate, senseless tragedy. And another story part of that story that broke my heart too is one of the girls who actually survived the shooting, when she told her story.
Smeared her friend's blood on her and played dead.
A 10-year-old child.
You have a kid about that age.
I preface this, my child's only 7, so my child's not that far from that. The little girl was smart enough to think about, okay, it could be me. So she rubbed her classmate who was dead already. She took their blood, rubbed it on her body, and laid and pretended to be dead so they wouldn't kill her. This 10-year-old baby had to do that.
It could have been the 20 dead kids, like if she hadn't done that. Yeah.
So she smeared the blood. Another account the kids said that they did was they went and they hid under something. There was like a sheet that was like covering, that was obstructing their view, and they laid under. They just like under a desk with a sheet covering, and they sat there very quiet, and they just sat there quiet, just hiding under there because they couldn't see them under the sheet. So these babies having to go and to deal with that, like I can't even imagine psychologically what these children, the trauma that these kids are going to have forever, like the kids who did survive. And the parents now, like the psychological trauma, because a lot. Like they told the parents, like the
Especially
saddest thing
those
is
parents that couldn't get in. They might second guess themselves the rest of their lives. Like, if I had got in, maybe I could have saved them. Especially the ones that couldn't get in the building. Yeah.
they told the parents at the time of identification, they made parents just give DNA because they said that some of the kids were unrecognizable.
Yeah.
How bad it was. They were unrecognizable. So rather than take the parents in and show them that horrific sight, they just was like, let's give your DNA and we'll see like if we can match. But some of the parents are pushing back, and I agree with this because some of the parents are opting to have open caskets, they said. To basically show, a la Mamie Till Mobley, all of that, because they're trying to prove a point. And I think it's incredibly brave to do that. It's incredibly brave to do that, to show this is what happened to our kids. This is what happened. And it should not have happened. It just should not. Matthew McConaughey reached out because that's his hometown. That's where he's from. He's from there. So like Matthew McConaughey has been on the scene and been there.
Been on the ground there.
Yeah, he has, because that's his hometown. So, I mean, maybe he can use his platform because he is a big celebrity. He's a big star. So maybe he can use his platform. That's what you do. If you do have that type of power, that platform, you need to use it.
But I'm to the point now with this. Now let's get on the soapbox. Yeah, the Uvalde. Yeah. Every police officer that was on that scene, not only needs to be fired. I think they each one of them need to have I'm to paraphrase Denzel from Trending. I'm gonna need to put cases on all you bitches. It's like every one of them needs to have a wrongful death case against them. Every one of them for not going. Every one of them, and the police department itself. It's like the department itself and every individual cop that was at that school needs wrongful death cases.
I think the hair from the snake. I agree with you. I'll piggyback with this. The hair from the snake needs to be cut off because apparently, if you're lieutenant, captain, whatever, if they ain't doing it, that means that the underlings ain't doing it either. So it's like everybody needs to be complete overhaul needs to be done. Retrain and properly train these officers. Properly train them on how to do in an emergency situation. Like if it's a real active shooting, you can't obviously in a book makes stuff sound cool and calm, but in real life, you still have to be able to react. In real life, people ain't gonna be like, people ain't gonna talk, and that's on a movie. That doesn't happen in real life. Like it's like shootings usually last 10 seconds.
Yeah, most gunfights are very quick.
About a 10-second fight.
A gunfight is real quick, yeah.
It's not like where it's like just like it's not Commando, basically. That's not what real life is. It's not like that. Mm-hmm. You don't get that in real life.
Mm-mm. Hold on. I'm just getting all more details as they become.
But the soapbox, yeah, and then use your platform. Like one of the realest responses I saw to this. Steve Kerr, did you see his response?
Everybody saw Steve Kerr's response.
Steve Kerr gave the best response because he said, I'm not answering questions about basketball. I'm just letting you know right now, I'm not talking about basketball. We got our same team. We good. I want to talk about this shooting that happened 400 miles from here. And then he even went further. And it's like, first he was like, elderly Black people getting killed in a grocery store a week ago. Then kids getting killed. Then people worshiping
the church shooting that happened, yeah.
Yeah, because Steve Kerr went on all of that.
When all he
went in on all of it.
Yeah. The church shooting happened, I think, the same week as the Buffalo shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Steve Kerr went in. He did this. He took the mirror and he showed us in the mirror. He showed us what we're looking at. That's what he did. He held up a mirror. A lot of times we don't like to look in mirrors. We don't like to look at it because we don't like what we see. But sometimes you need that mirror held up to your face so you can see what's going on. You could try to be like, oh, well, change needs to occur. So what we going to do? What's the answer? And give real answers. Like, don't be like, well, ain't nothing going to change. No. Like, no, you a negative Nancy. Don't. So we just going to keep on doing the same system over and over and keep doing that and not change nothing. First and foremost, when elections happen, vote. Go out and fucking vote. That's the first thing. A primary election is about to come up in Illinois right now. Go out and vote, first of all. That's the first step. Vote. Get these correct elected officials. Stop just electing people because they're popular. They know slang. They're giving out goodies, whatever the case is. They've been in office for 30 years. Like, don't do that. Look and see what these people are actually doing. Learn your candidates and actually go out and vote. That's the first part. You go out, you vote for people, correct people. You can actually get stuff into legislation. You can make a change and get laws put on the books. You can do things like that, but you have to do, it's not going to happen overnight. It has to be a step. It has to go to B, to C, to D, you have to keep on going like that. Stuff doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. But you got to make the necessary steps.
But one of the dumbest responses I have to talk about DL Hughley. That's why I call him DL Hughley now, because for the last year and a half, I've been saying a lot of dumbass shit. So dumbass Hughley is what I'm gonna call this dude for a while. He said, when they announced that the 18-year-old shooter was dead, I knew he wasn't a white dude. Really? The New York City subway shooter was black. He was taken alive. The fucking dude that shot up the church, like I want to say he was Asian. I want to say, let's look at. I don't have his race. He wasn't a white dude. The one who shot up the church, he was taken alive and shit. I want to say it was like I think that was Asian on Asian hate. I want to say that was an Asian dude. They're the one who shot up the church.
If you surrender, you don't get shot.
Yeah,
if you out there trying to shoot it out,
shooters. This fucking dude in Uvalde, yeah, he was shooting back at them. That's why he was shooting back. Whereas the Buffalo shooter, the New York subway shooter, and the church shooter, they surrendered. It's like that's why they're alive.
They waved the white flag. Once they realized that they couldn't, they waved the white flag.
Weapon and surrendered. Yeah.
They knew it was over. Because I mean, it is nice to see some. Because like I mean, like
most of them
people be like eye for an eye, but
yeah.
I want to get the day in court. Like I want you to feel pain and I want you to get all of that for what you did to for what you did to these families, for how you affected all these families. You should get the book thrown at you. You should. But you just can't like, oh my God. It's not about a race thing. It's not.
Motherfuckers want a race war so bad.
It's not about a race thing. I said the only thing I care about
to do with black people at all. It's like, yeah, it was a Latino that shot up
Latino. It was a Latino community.
And the shooter was Latino. Like, what are we?
Yeah, it was a Latino community affected by this. It was.
But dumbass.
It's like you just can't. Like the thing I just care about. Like I said, I go back to Steve Kerr. The thing I just care about. Like now 19 kids, like I said, because like at that time they only had 14 deaths at the time, but
because that was when it just happened. That was the same
when it just happened, but 19 kids, 19 children, 19 parents have lost their kids.
So now what do we do going forward? Like, since
that's the question. What do we do?
We put the story out there. So now all the facts are out there. The facts as we know them. I'm sure there's more that we haven't talked about. The facts as we know them are out there. So what's next? Let's talk about it, kid. I think I buried those police officers enough. Yeah, like yeah, fuck them. Yeah, let's bury them some more. Like yeah, it's it shows you how society, how shit has changed in the last 20 years, whatever. Where like your civil servants are supposed to like they put their lives on the line first. It's like, yeah. It's like, as a cop, that's your job. It's like, yeah, protect and serve is in the fucking title and shit. Yeah. You're supposed to put your life. Yeah, let's go back like a little over 20 years ago to 9/11, when the New York firefighters in the Twin Towers to save lives. If that was now, you think those firefighters would run in? Or they stand there like, nope, I'm not going in there. Shit. That's your job, asshole.
The fact that like during that time, like when you saw like accounts, like transcripts of what firefighters who survived, they was like, even though like, you know, they knew the tower was going to collapse, they still had to go in and just keep on rescuing people.
Save as many people as you can, yeah.
As possible. Like,
the first tower had collapsed, like they still, like people like were going into the second tower, like trying to
running in.
Knowing that one of the towers said this one could collapse at any time, but
running down 100 flights of stairs.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, like I said, that like motherfuckers are bitch made now. To paraphrase Macy Gray from Training Day, I keep mentioning Training Day. Surprisingly, punk ass, bitch ass, coward ass cops. That's what they were. Or to paraphrase NWA, like fuck those police, fuck them police. Police, like fuck the police with them. I'm not saying all police, but fuck the Uvalde police, definitely.
How? Just how? And then like stuff when they're showing, well, this is not the solution. Because I saw something where they're like, they have the thing where they have bulletproof backpacks. It's like, no, bulletproof backpacks.
Let's talk about we buried the bitch ass police.
No,
so like,
I saw
what's next now? Yeah, that's where I want to go. Like, what's next? Yeah.
So we just gonna put like bulletproof backpacks on our kid? That solves the problem? No, that's not. No,
I don't think you need bulletproof backpacks. But what's the solve? Let's talk about it. Yeah, where do we go now? What's next?
Like I said, the first thing is let's look at laws and see what laws are on the books. Let's look at laws. Let's see what type of laws need to be enacted.
The politicians are coming from now. You're seeing a lot of more gun control. But let's enforce the fucking laws we already have. It's like y'all.
Yeah, let's look at the laws that we have.
The laws that are already on the books and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you're not enforcing laws that are already out there.
Let's look at the laws and let's see what can be added, what needs to be, because something just may need to be tweaked. Something may need to be added a little bit. You just have to look and see what it is. I think, like I said, like, because people keep on wrestling into mental. Like, okay, if mental health and mental illness is a huge topic, which it is, let's actually do psych evaluation on people. If you want to own a gun, let's make sure that you're okay. Let's make sure this is good. Because you just can't, like, if somebody could, like,
that's an option.
Let's be real. Like, I drive on one of the busiest highways when I have to go to work. I do every day. Do people cut you off? Absolutely. Every day somebody cuts you off, but you can't pull out a gun and shoot somebody because they cut you off. You can't do that.
A viral video of an idiot that did that. Yeah.
He started firing like blindly into the car.
Something at him, he just starts like pow. It's like
he was like,
I think even having his eyes closed. I'm exaggerating, but yeah, he clearly wasn't aiming at nobody. He wasn't
aiming. He was just firing aimlessly because he was like this.
In my mind, his eyes were closed. He just like
he was like this. Just how he looked. He was like, that's how he looked shooting. No type of aiming. No nothing. He was just.
He just pulls out a gun and just starts firing and empties the gun and shit too.
Empties the gun.
I don't think he even hit anything. Like, that's the thing. Like, all in bullets is like you hit nothing and shit. Like, what the fuck were you shooting that dude? It's like, come on.
Like, so obviously you can't.
What's wrong with motherfuckers, man? What's wrong?
Obviously you can't do that. You just can't.
People like him clearly shouldn't have had a gun.
Right, you should have a gun. So I said, so maybe we should do that. Another thing that, as a parent, and like, like we live in Chicago, whatever. I know like Chicago gets like their own reputation, whatever. But I mean,
bullshit happens here, but it's not everywhere. Like,
it's not everywhere. Bullshit happens everywhere.
We'll say it was some motherfuckers shooting yesterday, but like this shit happens. It's like, yeah.
In large cities, crime happens. And like, here's the thing: crime happens in large cities. You got 2-3 million people in a small vicinity. You don't think 2-3 million people in one small area is never going to get into it? Violence happens in big cities. But with that being said, as somebody who lives in a large city, who has school-age children, a thing that I saw that I'm like, it may not be such a bad idea, is if we employ veterans. Employ a veteran in these schools. It should be a veteran in every one of these schools that is there, because if you're a veteran,
problems.
You're trained in combat. You're trained in combat. You know how to shoot.
Yeah, and it would take, because people talk about like the how our veterans are neglected.
Homeless veterans. It's a lot of homeless veterans. A lot.
They ironically be talking about this. Yeah, it's yeah, that would employ a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of these retired veterans.
Hey, I mean, if you can pull out how many trillion for a fucking stimulus? Can't we do that? Can we pull out another trillion and do that and put the? I'm just saying. I mean, I know a little bit
or
finances, but
I'm about to get controversial, but I don't give a fuck. You can send billions of dollars over to the fucking Ukraine and shit. You can take care of your own. Mr. President.
They got what Pac? What Pac say? They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. Ain't that what Pac said?
Yeah.
Pac said that like 30 years ago.
I'm just saying, man. I'm stepping on toes.
Oh, it's like I agree. Like, can we do that? Like, and if like I said, I'm not a financial person like that all the way, but I bet if you run the numbers, you could employ a veteran every single school in the whole entire United States. You could employ somebody to be there. So in that instance,
the stimulus proved that shit. Well, you could approve like trillions of dollars to like send out stimulus.
They pour it out the sky.
Out of nowhere and shit. Yeah.
You get 1,200. 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 That's what happened. I don't hear
nothing about it. Is no money. Like, where'd that money come from then? Yeah. Shit. Where'd that come from?
Somebody who had like 8 kids, you got 1,200 from all of for you and your wife and them 8 kids. Yeah, y'all got some money. Y'all got your money.
But I want to go on a whole nother. I want to go with like to continue on what you were saying is we gotta protect our schools. Like, why is it like why are prisons more protected than schools? You never hear mass shootings in a prison and shit. Guess what? You're not gonna get in there. So you can't just walk into the prison with a fucking rifle and start shooting. Like you'll be taken out within 10 seconds. It's like you can't just do that shit. They got snipers and everything there. You can't
snipers. Yeah, they got
take
people everywhere.
Yeah. You can't just walk in a prison and do that shit. So like schools.
And they said, dude, that was another thing I saw another post on Facebook in relation going with what you said, because they said
armed security like that and tactical like a trained is like not the Uvalde police. They clearly suck. It's like you need armed like with tactical training like at every school and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they said. They said next time you go to your child's school, they said just go in and see how long you can walk around that school before someone stops you. Just to test things out. Just test it out. Just see. I know at my child's school, I can't their school is locked. And like at my kid's school, it's like you just can't go. It's like somebody's right there like, hey.
That's like lock the fucking doors. That's another
my kid's school is not like that.
Who left
you
the door?
Can't walk in my kid's school. You can't.
You ain't Silk Sonic. Who left the fucking door open and shit? I want to know the asshole that left the door open at that school. That's it.
There's no reason that door should be open. Like
wires on and shit. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah.
Because I'm sure if it's like, okay, like, because like it's Texas, so like you guys have sweltering heat, so I know that you guys air conditioner works. Like in some places, air conditioning.
Year-round air conditioning, I know.
I know you guys have air because Texas is high as hell. Texas is very hot. It's very hot in Texas. It is. So I know that you guys make sure that your air conditioner units are working properly in these schools. So you can't even use like, well, I want to get fresh. You can't even use that as an excuse. You can't.
So lock your doors, like have actual trained security and shit.
Have actual trained armed security.
Let's go even more controversial. Because as a school, you have school age kids. How do you feel about teachers with their concealed carry license being allowed to carry? Let's talk about it. How do you feel about that? Schools are gun-free zones, like even with the concealed carry license, there's gun in there. Yeah. So like if you have a license and you're trained, like should you be able to carry as a teacher?
I'm on the fence. Part of me says yes, part of me says no, because the problem I see happening, especially if you're in a high school with some of these older kids. Like with younger kids aren't as obviously as rambunctious like that, but like if some of these older kids know, and like if people know that, okay, you got a gun in there, what if like one of your students tries to take the gun?
That's comes back to the teacher again, because like the key word is concealed. Like
right. I'm saying, but people,
find out is like I get what you're saying there.
It's supposed to be concealed, but we know that
the gun might poke out. Sometimes you don't know. Yeah, like
gun might poke out, or like somebody may hear like like if you're talking to another one of your staff member, you think you're just them and then overhearing ears, hearing you talking,
conversation,
overhearing your conversation, because kids are nosy. They are. Kids are nosy. I'm not being funny, but they are. But that's why I say like I'm on the fence. Like I can't say yes. I can't say no. I'm on the fence about that.
I guess I'm speaking from a teacher's perspective. I don't have kids, like so. I think you should be able to, but I can see why you would say that you would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm on the fence because
I'm pro. Like teachers should definitely be able to carry, but if
a teacher did, then if somebody had the food, then you can stop it. Especially like I said, especially if you're a good shot, then you can stop that. Yeah, you can easily take it by yourself.
Go to the range regularly, and all of that. Yeah, if you, properly trained. Yeah,
but yeah, that's why I'm on the fence about the fence. Like I said, I won't say yes. I won't say that. I won't be like, no, they should absolutely not. Like, no, that's not. Like everything is in black and white. Some stuff is shades of gray, and that's definitely a shades of gray one for me. That's a gray. That's for me.
Because that conversation is back. Like I said, this is sparking all kinds of conversations are back on the table now because of this. And this is an election year, like you said. This is going to definitely be a big talking point. Guns are going to be guns are going to be on the fucking ballot. That's where we at now. Yeah.
First things first, like I said, go out and fucking vote. That's the first thing I say. You talk about ain't nothing going to change. If you never vote, you can't let the proper officials in to change the laws. What are you doing?
Shout out Tiffany Brooks for judge.
Thank you.
Brooks for judge.
Punch 195.
There you go, 195, baby.
195. Punch 195 on that ballot, June 28th. But though, it's like you got to go out and vote first and get these elected officials in. Because if you keep electing the same way, you elect a clown, what do you expect? You're going to get a circus if you keep on electing clowns. You are.
Thanks.
If you elect somebody if you elect status quo, you're going to keep on getting status quo. You are. Like what do you? It should change. Because you elected the same people every time. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Y'all stupid.
And this may be even more controversial. Like, I get how Trump got elected now. I do. I understand. I get how it happened because he was like.
We never saw a politician like that.
Like, I get how he got elected.
Most of the side of that was fiction. Though was you remember the movie Bulworth?
Yes.
He was like Trump, like before Trump. Like Bulworth was before Trump.
Or like going back a little bit, like why in the movie Brewster's Millions, like why Monty Brewster was leading in the polls.
Brewster, like is kind of
another one like that.
Brewster and Bulworth, and both of them pretty much won in those movies too.
They pretty much won, yeah, because they both came in. You come in and
Trump got everybody to vote none of the above. And then Bulworth actually won. And so like this.
He actually won. Yeah, Brewster would have won if he didn't drop out. He would have won. So I mean, that's what happens. Like you get somebody who's like, I'm not a politician. I'm different. This and this and that. People want to gravitate to something different. They saw it was a train wreck.
He cursed and shit. He ate like KFC and shit. Like, he did shit you didn't see. He did shit like that.
He was a philanderer. He had mistresses. Openly had mistresses.
Shout out Stormy Daniels and shit. Yeah.
He openly had mistresses. Openly. We know a lot of them had mistresses, but they hit him. A lot of them did, but JFK, yeah.
Clinton definitely bound. Boy, he didn't bang. He didn't have sexual relations with that woman. Let's remember. Yeah, he didn't bang her, but he got some. You did, yeah. He said what that mouth do and shit. That's what he got.
Sloppy toppy.
What that mouth do. That's what he was like.
That's what the kids say now. Sloppy toppy.
We said what that mouth do. That's what we said. All right.
But that's what happened. I said, I get how it happened. I get it. Like I said, it was a train wreck, but I get why people want to try something different. They're like, okay, we've been doing the same shit over and over. Let me try something different. Oh, yeah, that didn't work. So it's like people were willing to go different.
Let's go really different. Is Kanye gonna run again in 2024?
Oh God, please go. Please go.
Vote yay 2024. What if Kanye had got into the 2020 election earlier? Like, I would like to have seen how much he would have disrupted that. The reason he didn't make any noise because he got in too late. But if he had got in earlier, I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna go down there. But since we're talking about it, it's on the table as well too. How do you feel about banning the AR-15 because that's out there. Because remember Sandy Hook was the first time. Well, I won't say the first time. The last time this was really talked about because
that was 2012, right?
Shooting was 2012 with Sandy Hook. I think over 20 students died at that. Something like that.
And those were what, first graders, second grade?
Something like that. Yeah. So
they were because I have a first grader who's going to second grade, so it's
mm-hmm.
As a parent, I move a little bit differently because I am a parent of young children. So it's my view is a little bit different from others. I wonder why does someone need to own an AR-15? If you have a just reason why, then if you're a person, because some people do actually hunt, if you're a hunter and but me, I'm not a hunter. I'm not do I need to own an AR-15? No, I'm not a hunter. I'm not in a war zone.
I'll speak from the gun owner side. If you lived in Uvalde and shit with that police department where you feel
oh god,
I would definitely own a fucking AR if I lived in that town.
And then I'm thinking because we live in Chicago, so it's we have a different view. We live in Chicago. We're not rural. We're not, you see what I mean?
You can't call the cops to come help. Somebody comes, you on your own. It's pretty much that's how I feel in general. I'm my first line of defense. The police come to clean the body up and shit. After I take care of it, that's all. I call the police hey, I just shot a motherfucker. Come get him and shit. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, but me, I'm taking care of the shit first.
That's fair. I feel that's fair. Like I said, so that's why I think you have to look at is it just reasons why? You need to delve into why someone needs to own an AR-15.
And
do you live in a rural community? Do you hunt? Do you this? Do you that? You have to dissect why you would need it.
I was at the matter of fact, I called you. I was at the gun store earlier today to pick up my new purchase. Yes, I bought me a new gun and shit. And while I was there, I looked at an AR-15. So there we go. So that shows you where my mind is at. I looked at one while I was there. I said, let me check out that AR-15.
You want to look like Isaac Hayes.
You never have enough. Yeah.
You look like Isaac Hayes. I'm looking at you.
Sure you got enough?
That's exactly where I was going.
No, because he they did it for for laughs, but I get what he was saying.
He came out with he was
weapons up his ass and shit. He had
grenades,
some 12-gauge shotguns and shit. He had all of it.
He was looking like Punisher meets Rambo meets Commando meets Predator. He was just everything.
But getting back to the AR ban is would an AR-15 ban would that have prevented this shooting if the guy entered with 2 Glocks and shit? Let's say.
The thing that would really prevent the shoot is if they wasn't so shitty in doing their job. That's the bottom line.
Like I said, I want wrongful death cases on all you bitches and the police department.
It wasn't so shitty. Now that I know that timeline, it's that's unacceptable.
Within 2 minutes of the motherfucker entering, it's so before he even fired,
you got there on time.
Before he even fired any shots, before he even fired, we started firing. Y'all ran and shit, yeah. Y'all ran.
You got on the scene at the beginning, which was great. So you're doing great. You got there within 2-3 minutes.
That he entered and shit, basically. Y'all entered the same door that the shooter did.
And then you ran.
Then when y'all heard shots, y'all got the fuck out of there and shit. Yeah. Come on. What are we doing? See. Well, we anything else we gotta add to that? I think is we covered a lot on that. Anything else we gotta
covered a lot with that. And we cover both sides of it because this is really a good topic because you being a gun owner, but me being a parent. It's we both have very valid views about, and some of our stuff it intertwined, some of our stuff didn't. And it was very fair. Like I said, we had a fair discussion. This is good.
We should be able to have
this is a fair discussion.
What's about politics now is everything is so polarized and nobody wants to have a discussion. We live in our little shitty internet social media bubbles and shit that nobody wants to have a conversation with somebody.
This is what you're doing.
And all you follow is people that agree with you. So yeah, you don't have any differing opinions.
You don't have any differing opinions.
So then when somebody like disagrees with you, is like
someone challenges you. How dare you challenge me? How dare you? Don't you know who I am? You shouldn't challenge me. How dare you?
That's what you get. I got into it with Jason Black of from the Black Media. Hey, Jason, we didn't get into it, but we just had a disagreement because he tweeted out. Let's read the tweet. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out. Like I gotta go back because the Black Media did come for me a little bit, which is like if y'all know anything about the Black Media, is really a thing. It's like. Yeah, the original tweet that I put. Here's what his thing. He said, Black people will be perfectly fine in a world without guns. We don't need them. Just ask any Karen in the United States Airlines employee that Brendan Langley laid down. We didn't even talk about. You saw that when like the dude laid out the fucking guy there.
Oh yeah, he in his face was
He said the white supremacists on the hand need guns to maintain an unjust system. They're powerless without them. To which I jumped. I was like, nah, I disagree. I said from the Black Panthers to Malcolm X to Harriet Tubman, Black people throughout history
they all carried
weapons to protect themselves. It's like, yeah, I said, yeah.
Why not be? Here's my thing. Why not be able to do both? Be able to kick ass and protect yourself. And if you want to carry,
you see what
I'm do both.
I remember
commercial. Why not both?
And I own a gun. I own guns. Guns, plural. Yeah, I'm MMA.
Why not both? Why not both? Because you should have hands because
in case you get caught without your shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have hands.
So then he said you totally missed the point. Go reread for comprehension. And then basically the clowns jumped in and were coming at me.
Yeah, and we gotta stop doing that too. Everything isn't a comprehension thing. Like people
not only that, but I hate
you're not that smart. First of all,
because you're a fan of Jason Black don't mean you gotta you don't have to worship the man. It's like
the dick ride, basically.
All his fucking came after me. Yeah.
And then everybody wants to be like they're so like you didn't you're not that smart. So everybody wants to try and be like, yes, I'm like, no. Like have a seat, humble yourself. I see these grammatical errors and run-on sentences. Humble yourself. Humble yourself.
I get what you were saying. I was just saying my part too. Y'all miss me with that bullshit about Black people don't need guns. I get what he was saying is because we're bigger, we're stronger, we're faster than white people. I get what he was saying, but still, a white man with a gun will beat a Black man without one anytime or something like that. So exactly. I'm carrying shit.
Exactly.
That. You can miss me with that. We're so.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the.
Nah.
Let's go back to our favorite person that everybody loves to talk about, which McCall. Yes, he was dumpy and he was out of shape. But guess what? He killed 3 people. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, because he had an AR-15. Exactly.
He was dumpy and out of shape. I know I keep on saying he was dumpy, but he was like kind of out. He was
pudgy. Yeah, he was kind of.
He was pudgy. Yeah. You could tell he got picked last for dodgeball. You could tell he was that kid, but
most athletic.
He shot 3 people.
But yeah,
he killed 3 people.
And shot another one when they pulled a gun.
Killed 2 people, injured one. Yeah,
shot a third when they pulled a gun on him. Yeah,
blew off his arm. Yeah.
So there we go with that. But I just had to address that. Is and I got no beef with Jason Black, the Black Authority, the Black Media, but yeah. I just found that kind of amusing that I said, okay, you got a following, so they're gonna come after me because I disagreed with you. Like I said, different opinions.
How dare you disagree? How dare you have an opinion?
Because you're a fan of his content, you don't have to worship the man. That's all I'm saying. It's because I like his content. I watch his stuff, but I think
where we're at. Unfortunately, everybody loves to worship whoever they follow, and at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all heavily flawed. None of us is perfect. Mm-hmm. None of us is, but the best advice I can give that I always say is try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today. Just keep on trying to become a better person each day. Try to be better every single day.
On that note, I think we should wrap up. We got a whole hour out of
it. And that's a great way to end. Try to be better. Make smart choices. If you can walk away from something, walk away from it. Everything doesn't have to be, oh no. Cooler heads will prevail. Okay. Cooler heads will prevail.
And if you want to support us further, we appreciate each and every one of you, by the way, as always. If you want to support the podcast further, you know what to do. Give us a like. There we go. Yeah. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. We're talking about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? Also on YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook. You know what to do.
You can check me at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, FER8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SER8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Happy 5-year anniversary for the podcast. I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later. Bye. I'm gone.